In a world riddled by literally millions of games and ever-rising game prices, quality gaming on a budget can seem almost impossible. Welcome to the Nexus Roundtable, where we show that not only can you game on a budget, but you can also enjoy quality gaming. Stay tuned as we analyze today's game based on these 5 criteria: arts and graphics, game controls, gameplay, ingenuity, and overall rating. When we're done, we'll let you know whether we consider it a stud or a dud. But before we get to the review, let's talk about streaming updates and let you know what's left in the world
of gaming. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. This is NRT. NRT is Nexus Roundtable, in which we do gaming on a budget. And today we are here with Bales. I don't know who else is going to be joining us, but we're going to be talking about Dreamlight, Disney Dreamlight Valley. I did play it almost to the end. At least to what they have available at this time. Do I game right now? I was with Goofy. I'm about to give him his crispy baked cod. So let's talk about this.
Sure. Do you mind if I start with the gaming news before we get into this?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Because it actually gives me an opportunity to talk a little about this game in the gaming news, because I originally heard about this game a while back, and we've discussed a few times about updates on this game as we've been doing gaming news.
Mm-hmm.
I remember hearing this game was supposed to be free. I think you remember me talking about that, hopefully, like, oh, it's supposed to be free. And it's not. It's not free. It is for those of us on Game Pass. But if you're getting it on Steam, or when it eventually comes out on consoles, you'll have to pay for it. And thankfully, those of us on Game Pass get the expansion pass with it that comes with it. They gave us free money, basically premium money. But yeah, let's talk about the gaming news, because God, there was a huge event this week. For any of you that missed it, Nintendo had a 45-minute Nintendo Direct, and if I'm being totally honest, I nearly cried at the very first opening scene, because they have finally, after years of me waiting and their horrible announcement about Fire Emblem Three Hopes, they have announced another Fire Emblem mainline game called Fire Emblem Engage. There are some new things I saw in the video, but I don't want to spoil it because they haven't officially announced much of anything about how the game is going to function. I know that it's coming out January. I think the 19th was their date that it releases, which is 4 days after my birthday. So, like, if you don't hear from me between, like, January 19th and February, I'm not dead. I'm just, like, playing that game 20 hours a day. Yeah, so for those who haven't played it before, It Takes Two is coming to the Nintendo Switch. It's a great game where only one person has to own the game, and another person gets to play with them. It's a good co-op platformer, a lot of fun, a lot of opportunity to troll one another. It's absolutely amazing that I haven't gotten Karsta to play it yet.
And this game was named what?
It Takes Two.
It Takes Two. Oh,
Right.
Yeah, that one.
It's such a cute game.
Yep.
And lots of mini games as well. They announced Fatal Frame coming out on the Nintendo Switch. Just a horror survival game. More added to the expansion pass for Xenoblade Chronicles 3, a SpongeBob game, a fitness boxing game which may or may not suit your interests. There's a game called Endless Dungeon, which appears to be like a roguelike, so if that suits you. Tunic has been around for a while now, and Tunic is going to be coming to the Switch, and it's a cute Zelda-like game. Great reviews. I think it came out initially on Game Pass as a day one release. Story of Seasons, which is a farming sim game. Basically, like, Story of Seasons and Harvest Moon came out before Stardew Valley, and that's what Stardew Valley built on. But they have remastered Story of Season: A Wonderful Life, which I really enjoyed as a 3DS title. A lot of added content to it, and the updated graphics. Obviously, I'm going to pick up a copy of that. There's so much in this thing, this Nintendo Direct that's going to break the bank on me. Gaming on a budget is not going to be a thing in the future for the next few months.
Oh dear.
There was some information on Splatoon 3. Square Enix nailed it at this Direct. They announced Octopath Traveler 2, and for anybody who has never played Octopath Traveler, you owe it to yourself to play that game. I believe it's on Game Pass, Carsa, so if you haven't played it, definitely give it a shot. It is just, like, the graphics, like, if you're staring at the graphics initially, and you're looking at the game, and you're like, oh my god, these graphics are horrible, up until the point when you start paying attention to the shading, and you realize, like, a lot of care and effort has been put into this. Hello! Welcome in.
Hello.
Hi, Bullhead. Just in time for the gaming news. We're talking about the Nintendo Direct.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I just got from getting my drinks. And I just had a package delivered, so sorry.
No worries.
Oh,
Welcome
no,
in.
you're fine. Thank you.
We haven't even started the review on the game yet, so you're just in time. There was an announcement for Fae Farm, which, it kind of looks like Stardew Valley for kids. So maybe I'll play it, maybe I won't. Again, with the Square Enix concept, Theater Rhythm, which is what is that genre called? Like a music game, a rhythm game for Final Fantasy is coming out for the Switch. More information on Mario and Rabbids. I'm interested in Rune Factory 3 Special Edition for the Nintendo Switch. The problem with that is that I own a copy of Rune Factory 5, and I've played about an hour and a half of it, so my backlog in gaming is huge right now. Huge announcement for people who have Nintendo Switch Online. They are adding so many games. Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 have been added. Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2, which is amazing to me. I can't wait. GoldenEye, which is widely considered possibly the best title to come out on the N64, has been released on the Nintendo Switch Online package, as well as some racing games like Excite Bike 1080, which is a snowboarding game, and I believe there was like a surfing game. I can't remember. So, Square Enix also announced a new game called Various Daylife, which was looks like it's made from the same people as Octopath Traveler. And I would like to note that Square Enix needs to retire this font that they're using for like games like Various Daylife and Octopath Traveler, because every time they use the font, it's released with a title that makes you go, what? Wait, what? But Various Daylife actually looks amazing. The character customization in terms of like what direction you go are infinite. Like every single thing you do in the game is going to have an individualized level, kind of like it does in Rune Factory. But your character's going to have a skill tree, it seems like, that goes down for each of those paths. So if you want to be a warrior, go for it. If you want to run a tavern, go for it. Like the limitations on the game seem to be up to you, so I'm super excited about that. I know, Karsa, you love Factorio. We've talked about this in the past, right?
Yes.
Yes, so Factorio is coming to Nintendo Switch, for those of you who like Factorio. I didn't really understand what IB was about, so anybody who knows anything about IB is welcome to chime in here.
I don't know what IB is, but Factorial is actually a very fun game. It is consuming on the computer. Maybe it won't be so much for the Switch, but you make things, and you make a factory, and you destroy the world practically, because every time you're doing so, every time you make a factory, you're putting more pollution in, and and then
deforestation for the win. And
then you have the aliens come after you because you're deforesting their livelihood. So yeah.
There's been an update for Mario Strikers. For those of you who are interested in that game, it's not my type of thing, but it does seem fun. I screamed like a little schoolgirl when I saw Atelier Ryza 3 because the second one was such an amazing game. I had so much fun, and then I saw them announce the third one, and I'm like, take all my money. I want this. I think that... I don't know when that's coming out. It says 9/13/2022, which would mean it's out right now. But I think that might be the date of the Nintendo Direct. Anyway, I'm excited about the game. It's an RPG that allows, like, your focus is alchemy and creating things, and it allows you to customize your gear so much that it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun. If you have not played an Atelier game, especially Sophia or Ryza, you owe it to yourself to go play one of them. Only a few more left. Mario Kart 8 got some more stuff added to it. There's been a delay on Nintendo Sports Golf for the Switch, but Nintendo very much feels like it's better to release a game late than to release one that's not ready. Now we're getting to some of the most major announcements. Pikmin 4 has been announced and is coming out. They gave a little more information on that, but not much. They give us a second trailer in Harvestella, which we've been talking about on this channel for a while now, and there's a demo out for the Nintendo Switch right now. And there should be one on Steam as well. Bayonetta 3, Rain Code, there's a Resident Evil package coming out. Square Enix again nailing it. They announced a Crisis Core remake for the Final Fantasy series. And then Tales of Symphonia getting a remaster. I don't know what gaming company made Tales series, but the biggest one is The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has been announced. We know more information. It is confirmed to be coming out May 12th of 2023. That was the biggest announcement for them. Obviously, I had a lot more interesting things. Atelier Ryza, Octopath Traveler 2, Fire Emblem. Those are all things that just very Ace Day Life. Square Enix nailed it at this one. So, yeah, that's the gaming news I have for us today. It took a little while, but there was so much into that 45-minute gaming news, or Nintendo Direct, sorry.
Yeah, well, that is a big one, and I would understand that. Is there any other news, Bullhead?
Namco.
What about
is
Namco?
For Tales of Symphonia.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you're right.
I don't know, what the hell was I watching? I'm trying to remember. You mentioned Crisis Core.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're saying the Resident Evil 4, they're gonna remake is also coming to PS4
Cool.
and Xbox One, so it's gonna come to the previous generation. Capcom announced a whole bunch of stuff for Street Fighter 6 if anyone's interested in fighting games. They introduced 4 more characters. And that they're gonna have a demo or a closed beta test in I think next month. You guys mentioned the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, because that was pretty big.
Yeah, there was a lot of farming games.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What else did they announce? They're doing a whole separate thing, I think, soon for Resident Evil stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be mentioned at a later date if they make any other changes to that. I guess that's it. This Project Eve is now some sort of Dark Souls. Forgot the name of it. Because they were talking about Street Fighter 6 and I was watching all the old characters oh crap. Project Eve Stellar Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Like a Dragon. They're doing something as well.
Mm-hmm.
For what's the name? Like a Dragon. Yakuza.
Oh yeah, I think Navarone said something about that last time.
Yeah, they're going to I guess would it be feudal Japan? I don't know. They're just going back in time. And then the people who make Ninja Gaiden are making a action. Oh my god, Team Ninja. I'm trying to remember it. I literally forgot everything because I was they showed Ken in Street Fighter 6. I was oh crap, that's so cool. Blanca.
Yeah.
And let me see. Rise of the Ronin action RPG from Team Ninja. So hopefully that's 2024, but That's all I can really think of. I'm trying to poke my brain for more info.
Okay.
That's about
Well,
it.
that's good. All right. So if there's, I don't really have any gaming news this time because I've been spending a lot of time on this game. I'll be honest with you. As we did not introduce ourselves, but I'm Karsa. Karsa KKWX. Karsa is my name. KKWX is my empire. And we are here with Bales 1115 and it's Bullhead. We all are talking today about Disney Dreamlight Valley. Now, we're not going to do the normal way that we do things, which is with the stars, but we are going to talk about what we think of it because it's a first light and you only got a certain amount of area before you end on the game. So, while I'm playing, does anybody want to talk about what we are seeing?
Sure. So for those of you who don't know, I originally thought Disney Dreamlight Valley was going to be like Disney meets Stardew Valley, and it's not. It's a lot more like what is the one where you build up your island? Nintendo exclusive.
Oh, then I would.
Animal Crossing.
Yes, it is much more like Disney meets Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Which is just fine. Like, there's a lot less focus on there's no action. Like there's no combat, which I wish there was a little combat in the game. But it's not how it's built. This is a much more family-friendly game. I know, Carson, when you first looked at it, your first thought was, oh, well, this is a game for kids. And
this is a game that was really annoying the heck out of me because of the sound.
Yeah, we'll get there, Carson. I do think it is definitely, it's a game kids can play.
Yes,
I feel like if you're going to get everything out of this game, you're going to have to not be a kid. There's just so much in here to do, so much to accomplish. Like, I know, Carson, you mentioned you're near the end of where you can progress so far.
Yeah, I am.
But that does not mean that you have accomplished everything.
Oh, I've not accomplished everything, but I am near the end of where you can go.
Right. And so it is content locked right now. Like, it's in early access, which is why we're not doing a full review on it. We will come back and do a full review on it once it goes to 1.0 because, this is definitely something we were able to catch. Like, hey, this is a day one access for Xbox people, and so we were able to get in there and go, okay, this is our first look. This is what we thought going into it. So there are a few things I think we should kind of address in order. And the biggest one, I think, is the bane of everybody's existence that's played this, and I've seen it on so many different reviews about this game, is character voices. Karsa, since you seem to be the most passionate about this subject, why don't you talk about that one first?
Well, let me tell you. When I first played this game, I absolutely hated the voices of Goofy. I mean, yes, I know that's normal for them to be like that. It's just not my style. I don't normally like the kind of thing. It's really annoying. So, while I'm playing this, the sound's off. Because I cannot handle he and Mickey and all those sounds because they're incredibly loud and incredibly annoying. So yeah. I mean, he really is annoying, very, very annoying. But I turned him off so you don't have to hear him. And but you get a place. You get this little place right here, and it starts out. You continue to you break it. You could actually improve your house, but when you get to my point, it's a lot of improvement. It really costs like 20,000.
20,000? That's
20,000 for the improvement of one room.
it? Guys, I have unlocked every slot in the backpack already.
I have not.
You know what my level is compared to yours.
Yeah. So, but you can, and you
Oh,
eventually start
wow.
getting stuff as well.
Look at that, Carson. Your house is beautiful.
Yeah, the inside is absolutely gorgeous because I could after I go through all the things that I am able to get after because every level you get something special.
Mm-hmm.
I kept getting these, and I was like, this is really gonna work. It's pretty. This is gonna be a door, but it goes nowhere until I get 20K.
Bullhead, as long as we got you here, what do you like? The voices, have they bothered you much? Like yet? I know you're not. You didn't get very far in it, but have the voices been an issue to you?
Like the way they talk? Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, they sound like they sound.
Yeah.
You know, so like I played Kingdom Hearts,
Mm-hmm.
and I've like watched it, so I'm like, I guess I'm accustomed to it. I don't know. They weren't really like getting on my nerves.
It's so
A lot
funny
of it's not
because
even
that was my
talking.
response.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's like Mickey, and that's hi pal, I'm like, hey Goofy, how you doing? Merlin wasn't really talking.
You hear Donald and you hear Goofy all throughout Kingdom Hearts, and so that was my first thought. Was I'm used to them by now. Like that's just.
But for somebody
You
who
grew up like
is
watching
not
the movies
used
and
to it,
stuff.
for someone who doesn't normally deal with Disney, it is kind of ingrating. And you can also look on the Reddit, and it says the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's a pretty common thread. Like people just do not like the voices in this game, and that's not going to change. Like they are not going to change the voices of these people because that's just who they are. So that's why they give you the option to turn voices off specifically.
But
Pretty much.
yeah, so I'm going to show you my map, and then I'm going to show you Bale's map, because even though she's not playing, we can have a picture of it. My map shows everything is everywhere.
Right. Yeah, let's talk about that. Like, so,
Let me get
Carsa, how
yours
frustrating is it for you to harvest everything on the map?
Very frustrating. Which
Right.
means, let's look at Bale's map, because, yeah.
So there's a really good function in this game, and like I prefer functionality over appearance. So I'll wait until Carsa really switches up the screen so I can sort of talk about it a little better.
Mm-hmm.
I have removed most of the trees that were just decoration because they're in my way. I have also taken all of the harvest things you can harvest, and you can see on the left side there where all of the apples are on the screen. Those are all the plants that you can harvest, and my garden is where the carrots symbols are. That is my garden, and God, Carsa, can you flip over to my garden to show what that looks like from...
I sure can. Give me one moment.
As somebody who's nuts about Stardew Valley, like, the garden was my focus. Like, oh, I want to farm. So, they have this interesting thing where everybody in the game, when you get them up to 2-star friendship, they get to pick a perk. And so they, like, Mickey is the person I have that has a farming perk. So when I'm farming, I take Mickey with me, and I have a chance of getting extra crops from Mickey when I harvest. The same thing goes for other characters. Like, if you give them the mining perk, you'll get extra mining stuff, right? Mm-hmm. You can see my farm on the left here. All the trees are on the right, and the bush is right in front of me. And so that's what I did to make my game easier, is those are all set up so that I can go pick up Remy, who is my harvesting person. I go pick up Remy, I harvest all the bushes and trees, I drop Remy off, I go pick up Mickey, I do my farm, I drop Mickey off. Like, taking somebody with you at all times, A, it levels up your friendship with them, and B, it gives you more products for what you're doing.
It does.
So that is such a quality thing about this game. I don't think you've probably gotten there yet, Bullhead.
And
I gotta take Mickey to my house.
I will show
I don't
you
know.
her
I made a farm
picture
next to
of
my
her
house, and that's it.
character.
Oh
That's her
yeah,
character.
absolutely. That was one of the best things about this game. Customization of your character is amazing.
Uh-huh.
I was going for like a school teacher look, and like the outfit doesn't really match. I mean, I've got sneakers and a dress on, but normally I'm running around in my overalls because like I'm farming.
Right.
But,
Whereas in my character, this is one of the ones I had before. I could change my hair, and I did.
Mhm.
You have different types of packs. This is actually something that I had already done. This is before I got to the point where I'm at. So this is not actually part of the. This is not the game that we're playing right now. This is.
There we go. Carson, can you
Replay.
walk in front of Mickey's house where the trellises are?
This is a replay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is
Okay.
backwards. This is a replay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
that's okay. So
Ah.
there's a bunch of trellises right out in front of Mickey's house, which is conveniently also right in front of your house. And the game allows you to remove all of that.
Which I didn't know. And I've been
Yeah.
playing this near the end, and I didn't know that you could actually remove all that stuff.
Yeah, they don't tell you this at all. Moana.
I kind of don't.
There's a lot this game doesn't tell you, and I think that's part of the fun is exploring these things and figuring out. Like when I was in building mode and I was putting something down, that's when I was like, "Can I move the trees?"
Yeah.
And then I
you-
realized I
he
could move
still-
the trees, and
she
I'm like,
still
"Wait,
has-
can I move the bushes?"
Yeah, here's
And then
the
I could.
trellis.
Oh man. Yep, that trellis there is right in the way of my farm, so I just removed everything there. And then I moved that bush.
But I just have a very small farm.
Um,
And I kind
there-
of am using Mickey's area.
I do appreciate, like, Disney had an opportunity here to make this like one of those Facebook energy games where you're limited on energy. And then, like, you have to wait for your energy to recharge. And that would have been a good way for them to make money, but they didn't do that. And I'm so grateful for that. You do
Yeah.
have an energy bar, but you can eat food, which is readily available. Like, I eat so many berries a day. Like, my character's going to turn into a berry, I'm pretty certain.
That's all I eat is basically berries. I sell the meals, but I eat
And if
the
I'm
berries.
farming, like,
And
if I'm
this
farming,
is interesting. When you see one of these, this is
yeah,
like
puzzle
a
pieces.
little puzzle piece.
Yep.
And you will get
Those
This
are
is
pictures
memories you
over
find,
time.
right?
Yeah, and it becomes kind of part of the quest. Eventually, you have to deal with that. This was an old one. This is when I decided before to restart it. But
Oh,
And
Moana's
it-
house is so pretty.
yeah, Moana's house is very pretty. Now I'm going to show it to you in game because
Sure.
this is a past game. So let me get to the game. There we go. It's raining. Okay.
There you go. Yes, it is raining. Fishing. Fishing is such a great mini game. Like, I love
Oh.
fishing mini games.
The
For those of
fishing
you-
was fun. The fishing is
Ah.
fun.
For anybody who has played Fire Emblem Three Houses, you will be familiar with the fishing system in this game because they are identical.
Okay, so
and
this
that's
is
not shocking.
Ursula's home.
Ursula.
Ursula, the octopus that's been around.
Oh, I didn't know she set up her own home. I thought she was the cave.
No,
in...
you set up her home.
Ah, okay. Well, I haven't done so.
Yeah.
Obviously, I haven't progressed that far.
Yeah.
I did notice there were some puzzles, and those were fun to solve. Like, you
Mhm.
had to solve a puzzle to progress, and I'm not going to spoil that for anyone.
No.
But know that there are puzzles in this game.
And you don't start out with coconuts. You have to do a certain quest to get the coconuts. I'm not going to tell you how you do it. This is Moana's house. It starts very plain. But her
There's just-
house inside is very plain. Her house outside is very pretty.
Right. Could you run over to Goofy's stall there?
Yeah.
Let me go and call him because I have stuff I need to get rid of.
Go ahead, Bullhead. I hear you talking in the background.
Oh no, I took a picture of Mickey Mouse. And I was just
Oh.
giggling.
Okay. So if we look at the stall, Goofy starts out with like one item, one seed, and then one item that you can purchase. And so for those of you who are playing this game, his stall is upgradable twice. Your primary goal every time you get a stall should be to immediately upgrade it. You'll get access to more expensive seeds, and more expensive seeds mean more money.
Mm-hmm.
That said, everything in this game works in real time. So if you plant a crop that takes 45 minutes of real time to grow, you are going to have to go back fairly consistently to water that so that it can grow in the 45 minutes. Because if you don't water it, it
becomes
pauses
dry.
that timer. Right, it pauses that timer. And so when you water the plant, that timer starts back up again. And I think that's just a way of them trying to stop people from like planting a crop, ignoring it for an hour, coming back, harvesting, and then planting again just for free money. Like they want to keep you engaged in this game, and I think that's fair.
Okay, here's another thing that you guys do. Eventually you will get a quest to be able to help build the old ship that was down on here that's busted, and it becomes where you can get fish. So this will fill up with fish.
I will say you're probably spoiling something here.
And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It'll fill up with fish.
Because I didn't know that existed or what it did. Like I knew it was there, but I didn't know what
But
it
I'm
did.
still gonna show it. So there.
I know, Lana.
And these
Sir,
things,
don't
this
put
is
your
a
paws on
puzzle
my
right
keyboard.
here. Something you have to do down the road is find these little puzzles.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say anything about that either.
Yeah. To progress the game, you have to solve puzzles. Like every time you go to a new area, you have a puzzle to solve to get the item to progress the game. Like that's just standard adventure style gaming. So I have a dog who's very interested in me right now.
Oh.
She is loving me up.
Okay. Another fun feature that I have here.
Ooh, before we go into that, because I will forget this. Just a piece of advice. Carson, can you pop your map open for me? I just want to show people something.
How do you put a single apple in for a fruit salad but get bananas, pears, and apples?
Yeah, you eventually just find the trees. If you look at the bridges on the map, like, Carson, can you hover your mouse over a couple of those bridges?
Mm-hmm.
That usually get blocked off by stumps?
These.
Yeah, so you probably can't access those bushes there, like the 3 apples on the left. But if you go into building mode and zoom out, you can actually move your cursor over to those bushes before you ever gain access to them and move them into reach for you. The bushes and trees, like, let's assume you don't have access to that area across those bridges in the sunlit plateau. Oh, well, yeah, then just go into building mode and move those bushes over so you can access them.
Now, there's also some things I want to bring up here. You have like quests that you have to do, and it gives you the Dreamlight
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Yep. That's how you unlock new areas.
And then you have more quests. It's basically your achievements. And slowly you'll
I would
get
say it's currency. It's a form of currency.
It is a form
more
of
than
achievement. Well, it's one
those
of the
are
currencies.
achievements.
Yes,
what you're
these
doing
are
here.
Achievements.
But the
this is
achievements give you the currency.
Mm-hmm. And then you have pictures that you get. You have that map. You have the quests. And there are a lot of quests.
We should take a moment to talk about the event pass too.
Yes.
That is such a big thing.
This one.
Now, I'm on a bit of a delay. Let me actually look at your Discord because that'll keep me like up to date.
Yep.
Let me full screen it. Okay, so the event pass requires the premium currency to purchase, and so as part of Xbox, we got the premium currency for free. For those of you who are playing the game, you'll have to purchase not only the game but the expansion pass thing for it. That'll give you the premium currency. And so the important thing to note here is that if you complete the event pass, you will get enough premium currency to purchase the next event pass. And so it is like an infinite cycle where if you're consistently playing the game and you're completing your event passes, you will have enough to purchase the next event pass without ever having to purchase premium currency again.
I just
Which I
opened
think
up
is-
number 4 just now.
Yeah. Yep, and you can see there's the premium currency, 500 of them. What are they called?
They look like stars.
Moonstones, that's what they're called. The premium
Moonstones.
currency is Moonstone.
Moonstones there. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
And you can
It's-
get chests that have moonstones.
That is true too. Yeah, you'll occasionally moonstones will just pop
Mhm.
out of things too. There is one thing I will bring up. Carson, can you run to your inventory for me?
Yep.
Do you have that one item that is like extraordinarily scarce in your inventory?
What?
Oh, sugar. It's the one they gave us for free because people were using it and they need it for quests. It's like a shard.
Oh. That's what makes those shards. Let me show you the shards.
Yeah, so evidently, the shard that we're going to show you, Disney was like, so there's not really an efficient way to farm this. So they gave us some for free, and they're like, save these because you'll need them for quests, and you absolutely do need them for quests. You can make them, I think.
No.
It's the
You can
it's
make
the
these. You cannot make these. These you have to get through.
yes.
The-
It's the 47 dream shards you have that they gave us.
Yeah. These right here can
Uh-huh.
be found through the night thorns.
Yeah,
Excuse
and
me.
those respawn every day. So.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, they do respawn every day. You have to get them.
You say unfortunately. I'm
It's
like,
actually
"Hey."
good because you get money from them. You can have special event happen where
Sure.
things just where you can get like so many for so long.
But yeah, do not use those just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
There's no efficient way to farm them. Like, you will occasionally just randomly get some, but
There's-
you really don't want to keep using them.
There's like 4 or 5 quests that uses them
Yeah.
so far. I mean, I haven't
think
even. Okay,
I think they provide you with enough.
let me tell you this. This game right now. 'Cause I am gonna go up to the castle. As once you've unlocked the castle, then that's when you can start getting creatures to come here, characters to come here. But you have to go to their realm. This is Moana's realm. And you have to do some events with them. Some
Yeah,
quests.
we're puzzle solving.
It's a lot of puzzle solving. There's
Yes.
Moana's.
I remember you and I dealing with Ratatouille's for a little while there. It's not very forthcoming with how to solve that one.
This
Again,
one,
not gonna spoil it.
not gonna spoil this, but this is also the robot that you see, Wally's.
Wow.
Wally. Wally's my favorite, actually, by far. Ratatouille's probably my next. Remy.
Remy, yeah.
And they just give you like a little spot, and then you do quests here. So it's pretty cool.
There's so much that I'm excited for this game to bring out. And being early access and being able to play it from day one is such a cool feeling for me because, like, gosh, we could have missed out on so much of the development process. Like, every
Mhm.
time there's an update, you and I will we'll be able to pop back in here and go, oh, now there's this stuff we can do. Let's see what that does to the game. And so even if we take like a 3-week break from the game while waiting for an update, like, there's always going to be more. It seems like Disney is ready to just keep updating this.
Now, this is the area where you get Anna and you get
Anna and Elsa.
Anna and Elsa. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't want to build a snowman.
Actually, I'm not gonna say anything about that.
I mean, it's part of their characters. If they didn't want to build a snowman, we'd be very disappointed as fans.
I will say there is a quest that is involved.
But that's to be expected. Like, if they unlock Pride Rock, like you'd expect there, well, actually, like, let's not talk about Pride Rock because that'll make people cry.
I have not opened Pride Rock yet. That's the one place I haven't opened. Alright, so these areas have no things, so we don't know what they are, and they're not here right now.
It is good to see all of those doorways, though, because we can guess, like, how much more content this game is going to have.
I mean, we've only seen 4 doors. Look at all these.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what's behind all these?
I'm really interested in those. I think Sora is going to be behind one of those.
I don't
Maybe
know.
all the princesses.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's tricky. Belle is definitely going to be behind one of those doors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
But
just curious, like, is it going to be the Emma Watson Belle, or...
don't know. All I know is that those are all doors to different realms, and yet we cannot get into them.
No, not yet, anyway.
I
Well,
just
the
showed
content
you
just
the
hasn't been
4
added.
that were available. That's all I showed.
Yep. So, thoughts on anything we haven't discussed yet? Is there something we haven't touched on yet?
Bullhead?
I think we lost Bullhead.
I legit have not got far enough to like
Sure.
thoroughly discuss, well, like what to expect or like what to do.
That's fair. Oh, Carsey, you have a golden opportunity here to show the bridge.
The bridge. Yeah.
Like I was
this
telling
bridge
you,
is
like...
broken. Yeah, I can't go
Yeah.
to it yet. Oh.
She can't
Hi.
move past it. Hello, Birdie.
How
Oh,
do-
yeah, feeding the animals is a great option in this game. Like, not every animal, I'm not going to spoil it because you're going to have to figure out how to feed all the animals on your own and what their favorite things are. But, that said, once you've fed them enough times and you've gotten your friendship up with those animals, they will become pets that you could change and have wandering around with you like that crocodile Karsa has with her right now.
Yeah.
And that crocodile is something that's only to people who purchase the special pass.
Yeah. I probably
Which
will
we
just...
as Xbox users did not actually purchase but got for free. Yeah, overall, like, Carson, I know you originally, were you planning on pretty much quitting this after, like, you know, a few hours of play?
Yes. And then
And
I
how many
got...
hours have you put into it?
over 20.
Yeah, I think I'm on, like, 16 hours now. But it's just fun.
It
It's
became
relaxing.
fun after I turned the sound off.
And
Before
that's
that,
fair.
it was really annoying me. I just couldn't handle it.
There are lots of games that have that, though. World of Final Fantasy was an okay, like, RPG, but there's a character called Tama in that game who just annoyed the hell out of me. Her voice was so bad.
And you can
So,
turn the
like-
voices off in the game.
Sure. Yeah,
That's what I did.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
why
that was how
I'm
Carson
able...
managed it.
Yeah, that's why I've managed to play this a lot longer, is because I
But,
turned turned it off.
Unfortunately, in World of Final Fantasy, like, if you turn the voices off, you're watching the cutscenes with, like, subtitles. So I had to put up with Tama, and in this game, it's really not necessary to have those voices because they didn't do these amazing cutscenes with major voice segments. They're short cutscenes. You're not really, you know, missing much.
Where's my Wally? Where's Wally?
Open up your map. It'll tell you where Wally is.
There's Wally's close. Okay,
Is he in the wizard's house?
I think so.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Wally.
There he is. Alright, so I wanted to show this off. I'm gonna have him hang out with me.
What's his bonus? What do you have his bonus set to?
I pick up stuff, he gives me extra. Is he coming? Coming? Yeah. Okay, cool. So,
Yeah, I don't know if you could, like, can you walk while looking at Wally? There we go. So people can see, like, what happens when he gives you an extra.
let me make sure that this is the right one, or is he a digger? I think he's actually a just pick up stuff. Yeah, he's just pick up stuff. Okay. So occasionally things will drop.
Right. It'll like sometimes they'll walk up to the location where you picked up an item and they'll just throw another up into the air, and sometimes they just throw it up into the air.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for like items that just end up on the ground. Oh, see,
Yeah,
there he
he's
goes.
doing it right now.
I thought he was doing it right now. He's not.
No.
It looked like it. It did
Yeah.
look like it. I'll give it that.
He likes a lot of flowers. I think I have him at level 8 right now.
I almost have Mickey maxed out, but that's my farming companion.
And you see those stars? That's how you know that it's going up.
Mm-hmm.
For some
Yes,
reason.
if you're doing their favorite task, they will get 3 stars. If you're doing any task, they will get 1 star.
I think maybe he is the digger. Let me check and see if he's a digger.
Nope.
No. And I just ran out of stuff for him. Oh, okay.
But yeah, is there anything else, Carson? We think maybe like just we've covered a lot. We've spoiled some things, which is, it happens.
Yeah,
Especially with the first look.
I think we pretty much got it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff.
And there's going to be more content added consistently. If I had to imagine, Disney's going to they won't be releasing this one character at a time. They'll do it in sets of like 3 or 4 characters.
Mhm.
So, if you do want to get a head start, get all of that Dreamlight saved up. Like, get to the end of the game now, and then do activities to get enough Dreamlight, maybe 30, 40,000 of it. So when they unlock characters, you can go in and just play them.
Yeah, because really, all I have left to do, if you look at the map, what I have left. Okay, bye, Goofy, go away.
Yes.
All right, map. So the what I have left to do to open up, if I can get it to move on. There we go. I need to get the Forgotten Lands, and I need to get up here in the fjord. And that's what I have left. Everything else has been opened up. The Forgotten Lands also, I think, is where I think Pumbaa or Simba are going to be at, but yeah. There are a couple villains that do manage to get into things, and you have to do stuff for them. Kind of makes it fun. But yeah, that's what you got. Yeah. Anyway, I really think that if we say any more, it's going to spoil it. So
All that and the review's going to go much longer than we anticipated. Or the first look, sorry, not
yeah,
review.
it's just a first look.
Hopefully we can do more first looks in the future, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because it allows us to like look at a game without being totally critical of it. Like, yeah, there are things we would love to see improve. There are things that are not going to improve, like the voices, or you just
The voices are not going to improve, so I turned
Nope.
it off. And I'm leaving it off.
I have glitched a few times. I've had the game crash once.
I
But-
have had glitching. It has happened, especially when you get into like a corner, or
Mhm.
if you're dealing with the big Maui guy. You end up in a corner, and you're while you're, being friends with him and having him run around with you, and you get stuck because he will not move at all if you're in a corner until you acknowledge him, and then he still doesn't move. So,
Yeah, just be aware that
I had to just turn it off and bring it back. So, it is real time, so it's daylight right now, but if I play this at 10 o'clock at night, it's going to be all night for the whole time. And the creatures, the characters also go to sleep. So you can't get as much done because they're sleeping. Or, well, you can, but it's like 2 of them sleep for 30 minutes and they come back and then they come back on. But if there's something you have to do in their house, you're not able to do so during that time. So I think we've gone through this pretty well. Oh, one thing I haven't shown is how to fish. Let's go ahead and show how to fish.
Sure. The fishing minigame is not difficult. That's for certain.
It is.
No, it's like super simple.
Yeah, I mean,
It should be.
if you've ever played like Breath of Fire 3, that still has one of the most complicated fishing systems I've dealt with. Basically, you're just going to click when it gets to the center.
Yeah, I have to try to get it to go. And there you go. There you get a fish. That's how you do it.
Well,
And
unless
even
anybody has...
And
Go
even
ahead,
if
Carson.
it fails, they'll still get some points if they're
Right.
with you. So.
Well, I have a little girl who's asking to experience